Yes. Have you come with questions? Ask, and I will answer. What of them? Perhaps. The Ichani believe that much may be communicated in the motions of battle. It is a picture, a dance against someone trying to describe that motion. I have learned that we do not need to kill her. But if we want one that has truly fallen to the dark side, we should look elsewhere for our allies. I believe she should serve our purposes. She is the doorway that may lead us to her lord if it proves necessary, or bring him to us. You learn quickly, perhaps. The blinded one is more of an unknown quality, however. That is what I said, and I will gladly turn any such blade pointed at us and send it stabbing into the heart against anyone who dares to harm you. And why is that? Please illuminate me. Any being that gives up its will, that allows itself to be used in such a way, deserves such a fate. Yes, that is what I am saying, but I did not expect you to say such. Perhaps it is time I considered my methods in this instance, but I will not deny that she could prove useful to us. Ask, and I will answer. Perhaps I think it is fair to say that you did. Revan had a mother and father, parents, ancestors, like all Jedi do, and when she awakened to her potential, I was there to see it. But where she was born, where she came from, I do not know, any more than I know where she walks now. Some said that Revan was born in the outer regions, beyond the Rim, and that's what called to her during the Mandalorian Wars. And after, it was the call of home. I know more, but it may not be enough for the answers you seek. All, already you presume much. You were there, Manacor. Revan's choices were always her own. It was not teaching or circumstance or example, it was her. Is that what she was? Or was she always true to herself, no matter what personality she wore? And there is something that the Council may never understand, that perhaps Revan never felt. The difference between a fall and a sacrifice is sometimes difficult, but I feel that Revan understood that difference more than anyone knew. The galaxy would have fallen if Revan had not gone to war. Perhaps she became the Dark Lord out of necessity, to prevent a greater evil. I do not believe the Jedi Council changed Revan as they claimed. They merely stripped away the surface and allowed the true self to emerge again, someone who was willing to wage war to save others. But that is my belief, since I knew Revan from long ago, as a master knows their apprentice. She came to me, yes, both before and after, before Revan knew herself. And after, in the times when Revan was coming into her own and learning she was more than she had been told. At one time, Revan was my Padawan, in times past, long ago. But Revan, when she had learned all she could, had other masters, that fool Jar, and other Jedi on other planets. She learned from each, but in the end, she turned back to me, when she realized there was nothing more to be learned from the Jedi, except how one could beat them forever. Revan was power. It was like staring into the heart of the Force. Even then you could see the Jedi she would slay etched on her soul. You are different. When I look at you, it is like staring at the depths of the Force.
I have questions for you. You fought with Revan and Malak during the Mandalorian Wars. Why? We'd never faced Jedi before, and didn't know the threat they represented. You've always been in the Jedi Order. Things that are common knowledge to you are rumors By that time, he was completely a Sith. We thought we would triumph easily over such noble and compassionate leaders. Those are weaknesses we easily exploited in the past. What did you think of us? And that is how we thought of you. Not of the Jedi in particular, but the men and women who joined Revan and Malak to fight against us. You turned a demoralized, defeated mess into a coordinated army. You brought tactics, backbone, and above all else, victory to them. Ever consider what would have happened if we'd won? The Sith would have been nothing more than a border skirmish against the might of my clan. We would have brought a new age of strength and expansion to the Republic, with a wealth of the core worlds providing arms and warships to fuel our growth. Instead, the Republic won. Look around you. Look at what your precious victory has brought you. I ask you this, is the galaxy better off for the Republic's victory? Just think about it. Now, is there something else you needed?
Okay. I kind of feel like I should be going... off to Dxun.
Reporting as ordered, Mandalore. I can take you where you need to go next.
It's up to you, Jedi. This soldier knows the terrain. He can get us where we need to go quickly, without needing to blast our way through herds of cannons.
Follow me, then.
You received my message, then. A man named Kavar wanted to get a hold of you urgently. He said that the Queen had arranged safe passage to Onderon for you, but I don't know how good their offer is anymore. This morning, General Vaklu met with the Council of Lords and declared that the Queen was guilty of treason. He'll be made regent if Talia and her royal guard are defeated. The military is divided on who to support. Civil war has fallen on ISIS. I doubt that Queen Talia and her advisor will survive until nightfall. The balance of forces seem to favor Queen Talia. The royal palace is heavily fortified and defensible, and most of the soldiers are loyal to her. But Vaklu has new allies, Sith soldiers and their masters. The war has also driven the caged beasts in the streets mad. Braylor and I both concur. She doesn't stand a chance.
You underestimate the Force, Mandalorian. I sense that we may still get to Master Kavar in time. I sense there is something stirring on the moon itself. Tell me, have your senses picked up anything from Dxun?
Yes, we have. How? We picked up some transmissions from nearby in the jungle. Zuka's satellite relay has also picked up several shuttle launches with old Sith transmitter IDs. Some sort of staging base, perhaps.
The Sith forces must be stopped. Otherwise, the Mandalorian is right. Master Kabar and Queen Talia won't survive this day.
Dividing our forces at a time like this is foolhardy.
And this is why a common soldier will never triumph against a Jedi. Your military tactics are nothing compared to the Force. It is essential and inevitable that we face both enemies at the same time. You are correct. You must choose who will lead the expedition through the jungle to find our enemies and defeat them. I will serve as you wish. You should send 2 others to go with the leader. Who else will accompany the expedition? Okay. And who else? Yes, good choice. Now are you certain of your choices?
Mandalorian warriors will go with you to find the enemy camp. Just let me know when you want to head out. If you need supplies, talk with Kex. After you get into the jungle, you might not have another opportunity to stock up. Let me know if you want to go now. As you wish. Mandalore has arranged for special transportation to get to Isis.
Finally, we're close to our objective. I sent the rest of my men to secure the trail behind us. My troops will keep the path to the Mandalorian camp clear. Ahead lies the enemy. I can follow you a little bit further, but then I will set up command and control for my unit in the field. So, lead on.
What's going on?
Hold a moment. Past the mines.
A Type 2 perimeter motion relay. That particular model has several security vulnerabilities and design flaws. Stealth fuel generators can fool them. If one of us could get close to it, I know the corporate override code for it. Amateurs shouldn't even bother building security technology.
So, you aren't completely ignorant in the ways of battle? Good. But all of you must pass through its perimeter, and undetected would be better. Avoid the mines. If any of the ones close to the sensor are detonated, then we shouldn't even bother.
Let's move out. I'll be back in a second.
And this is why Mira is useful. There we go.
The honor is mine.
Here's something that looks better. Let's see.
going on?
Hold on. Let's defeat you first. Okay.
How may I serve?
Intruders, kill them!
Okay. Let's just force lightning everybody. Okay. Let's see.
This is my first day on Dxun. My predecessor displeased our masters and was dealt with. The fool let Canox through the perimeter. The Sith don't tolerate any failure. I'm the 5th captain to command this base. The camp sits in the shadow of a tomb. My subordinates say that the body of an ancient warlord named Freedom Ned lies inside. We don't know why we're here. We sit and make sure that no beasts come into our camp, and especially that they don't reach the tomb itself. A bleak assignment. Signing off. This jungle feels similar to Korriban before the war. Everyone is on edge. Executions for infractions are commonplace here. 50% more than my previous command. There's a bloodthirstiness to the jungle. The beasts here continue to sort our mined perimeter. We had to replace the minefields 4 times so far. We received more equipment and more men today. The equipment went straight inside the tomb. As usual, I have no idea what it contained. We're expecting more Sith to arrive any day. They want us to capture one of the beasts for them. No explanation. There never is. Signing off. Coded messages from orbit and from Onderon. Some sort of conflict is brewing. I think we have a ship in orbit. We're on full battle alert against what they won't say. The Sith Master said something about a disturbance in the Force. Well, what does that even mean? How do I prepare for that? From his tone, the threat is serious. Put a double shift on monitoring the aerial sensor grid. The only thing that can worry our masters so much has has to be a drop-ship invasion from the Onderon military. We will be prepared. The Sith said soon we'll have reinforcements. Without details, he said it was a surprise. I hate the ones with a sense of humor. Sith jokes are rarely pleasant.
Okay, so... Okay, so moving up the ramp. Make sure that my people are running in the actual direction of something useful. Oh, you're going to attack the Boomer Beast. Okay.
That's another one for me.
Okay. Now you're going to stop, right? Good. Alright, a lot of you guys coming. That's better. See if I can have to be thrifty in there. Oops. Okay, you. Wait, wait.
Ready? That's another one.
Nice mirror. Let's take you guys. I'm getting better. Yikes. Alright, so I'm towards you. Ow. Do I have lightning powers left? Yes, I do. With lightning powers. Okay. Are we done? Whew. Come here, Mira. I will heal you. Alrighty. Just run around collecting things. We all leveled up. Good job.
To catch up with you. You've made impressive progress. The Sith's camp lies in ruins. I told Kelborn of your progress. The rest of your squad is already en route to Isis. Also, Kex checked our sources for any information about this place. Kex believes that this is the tomb of Friedan Nad. We knew it was somewhere on this moon. We had no idea how close it was to our camp. Some sort of fallen Jedi. He conquered Onderon long ago and became their king. The royal line is directly descended from him. That part of Onderon history the citizens try to leave buried and forgotten. Friedan Nad was a dark Jedi. The stories say he was far worse than Revan and Malak ever were. This place is tainted, and the Sith presence here makes the danger great.
I can taste the power of the dark side here. Friedan Nad must have been truly great to leave such an impact. The echoes of his life are still here. I feel secrets can be learned here.
I am returning outside. My attention is required to keep the path to our camp clear.
Okie dokie.
The time for practice is over. There are intruders in the tomb and they cannot be allowed to reach our master. The ritual must not be interrupted. I don't need to mention the price of failure. Men, follow me.
My job is done.
Something feels wrong here. I don't think you should get any closer to it. Even I can sense the dark side here. This thing has to be part of the reason why the Sith are so interested in this place. I won't tell you how to do your job, but I know that I wouldn't get near it.
Take them down. Yeah, that's over with.
At last.
Anyone that has been marked by our masters can do it. Yes, you're getting the hang of it now. So easy. But how did they do it? You doubt our masters' power. They have erased the minds of these beasts and made them our obedient servants. With an army of these, who could defeat us? No one, of course. Now the next step, the intruder is here. This is attack.
Alrighty. No back.
Let's get this over with. This won't take long.
This one see. At last, some action.
We're going down here.
I shall make this one see.
Okay, we're gonna hang out for a moment until my stars come back. That's better.
Break the ritual now. You're too late. We've done what needed to be done. Soon, Onderon shall fall, and with it, the Republic shall die. But what is this? Of course, the Force has guided you here. It echoes within you, yet I sense it is untrained. It is good you have sought us out. This tomb is strong with the dark side. Here is where you will take your first steps on the path to your destiny. An adept has managed to come so far. Incredible. You have within you the potential to wield the Force. I'm not speaking of the ways of the Jedi or their flawed teachings. Their order was rooted in weakness. They would have you become a puppet of the Force. They would have you deny the strength of your emotions, the strength of your own will. Can't you feel the power of this place? It echoes through you like a second voice. Accept it. Embrace it. So you seek to save me? From what? With the dark side, there is no knowledge forbidden, no restraints. What can you possibly offer me? Can't you feel the power? Here, within the walls of this tomb. Just embrace it. Don't limit your potential. Instead of freedom and power, you have chosen death. So be it.
Thanks. Okay. You're focused on my friends. Sorry, Mira. Thanks. That's soon not good. Okay, I'm just gonna run away now.
What you have done is beyond words. You fought like a Mandalorian. When you are finished here, I will take you back to the camp. You can let the rest of your squad know what you've discovered. After you left, your squad...
Zaga said that he and your friends are making good progress through the jungle. Trust me, this is worth the wait. And here it is, a salvaged Basilisk war droid.
said that he would make it available to you for insertion into the city of Izil. I assure you, they won't know what hit them. The Basilisk War Droid is the epitome of weapon technology, state-of-the-art weaponry, armor, and maneuverability. Unfortunately, its weapon systems aren't fully functional yet, as are some other unimportant support systems. But she will get you to Izil in one piece. The fighters won't be able to stop that. Minor systems, nothing you need concern yourself with. We've modified the interior to hold 3 people. Maybe a little tight. You need to leave immediately. Izil is in the grip of a civil war, so there'll be considerable resistance. They remember the last time Basilisk war droids visited their planet. Fight ferociously. And if you die, take as many as you can with you.
A basilisk here? Mandalorians are attacking the city! Talia has made an alliance with the Mandalorians. Men, destroy them.
Okay.
Let us end this.
I recognize you. You're that off-worlder. Come, we have no time. Vaklu's forces have overrun the sky ramp. The royal palace could fall any minute. We must save the queen.
Your plan seems to have succeeded. Your enemy has indeed revealed himself.
I anticipated the Sith. Those beasts went in my battle plan.
Even now, Vaklu is using them to breach the palace. I will not surrender to that usurper. I would die first.
Every man here give their life to keep that from happening. There is hope. It is faint but growing stronger. I think my message was received.
Which message? What are you talking about?
An old student is returning. I don't think the Sith are going to know what hit them.
This way! This way to the sky ramp! There are 2 force shield checkpoints along this path. Vaklu's forces have held this ramp for over a standard hour. That means they control the checkpoints now. If we can get to the turret tower up ahead, we can deactivate the first barrier. The forces we're encountering right now are their rear guard. The The fighting will get tougher the closer we get to the front of the battle line.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
The Royalists in the bunker are contained. Deploy as soon as the reinforcements arrive. Jedi, here! Men, attack!
Okay. Apparently I clicked on the wrong person. There we go.
Silence this one.
Hold your fire. They're with us. Thank you. Backlu's supporters stormed our position. Beasts have gone mad and attacked on their command. Please, go to the palace. We received a transmission that the palace grounds have been breached. If so, they don't have much time.
Have they changed the access codes in the turret tower? We need to get through the force shields.
I don't think they've had time, sir. They've been firing the turret non-stop. Backlu's close to having air superiority now. You two, follow the Jedi. The rest of us will hold our position. We don't have much time. Is the Jedi still? We're under attack, men!
Let us take this.
The palace has been breached. I repeat, the palace has been...
We've taken the palace. For Talia's blood.
The beast's progress is remarkable, but it will take time, General. The throne room's force shields are far stronger than ours.
Our plans go well, Tobin. We are still vulnerable. She is dead. Even now, grapple. Redouble your efforts. From the city.
As you command, General.
Okay then. Guess we're ready.
let's walk through now.
One of Echo's slicers has control of the security grid. He blew up that power conductor. Their slicer has to be using a palace security terminal. They've already locked down all secondary computer systems on the sky ramp. Until we deal with their slicer in the palace, you can bet that there will be more surprises up ahead.
Tail Command, we need reinforcements. A Jedi Knight is assaulting our flank. Hold the line. Attack, men. Attack.
This shall not stop.
Good, some reinforcements. Follow the Jedi. We're going to retake the palace. We've got to stop General Vaklu before he gets to the Queen.
She's still alive. Run! Run!
Hold the line. Those cowards will be dealt with.
Much appreciated. Thank you. I'm just going to level everybody up now.
Ahead is the throne room. We must get to the Queen to protect her.
If you're heading to the palace, we'll follow you there. The palace itself has been breached.
We've made it to the palace. General Vaklu's troops haven't been here too long. Hopefully, we still have time to save the Queen. Straight ahead is the throne room. Vaklu's hand-picked troops will probably be here. I'm going to stay here and keep the intersection secure. If any more royalists arrive, I'll keep them organized.
Shut the outer door, now!
I'm impressed you made it this far. But you're too late. Soon the Queen will be dead, and General Vaklu will be the new king. This is no ordinary war between us. The same material is used for the hull of capital-class vessels. I'm afraid you will find it quite impregnable. one last barrier to take care of.
Okay. There we go.
Tell the Colonel we'll need more of our men to smoke the Royalists out of their hole. I don't trust those Sith. Oh, they're beasts. And another thing, if I catch any more of my men looting, then the Queen's Guard will be the least of your worries.
Okay.
I shall honor them.
Oh, good. We're all poisoned. Fantastic. Seriously? This is gonna make this battle really hard. Okay, well, he's dead. He's walking here. Be poisoned, please. Got it.
Poisoned.
Oh, stuffed. Not worth being poisoned that many times to get hyper adrenal strength. Yeah, now I'm hauling them.
I don't know how you made it, but well done. Come in quickly, before more Sith or Vaklu troops arrive. We got split off from Talia's troops by the currents of this war. We really need to talk, but Cadron and I are coordinating the defense of the war. I know Captain Cadron needs someone to handle a dangerous assignment. He's in the other room. Talk to him. No one else could do the job. This is the secondary security complex. There's a slicer at the primary who's causing trouble. Since Cadron isn't available, I've been coordinating the battles and the rest of ISIS. If this war isn't stopped soon, ISIS will take months to recover from the damage. We'll talk when all of this is over. Until then, may the Force be with you.
Hoot hoot.
So, you're the Jedi, eh? Well, the comm chatter we've intercepted is filled with reports about you. You fought right through their flank on the sky ramp? Desperately need someone like you. We've managed to hold this part of the palace, but Vaklu's forces control the rest. We need to get to the Queen before that flaming Drexel breaks through the inner door. There are 2 security consoles in the palace. The primary security console is on the other side of the palace. There's an expert slicer over there who's been hampering our every move. We need to transfer all primary functions to our terminal here, then disable the primary security console. That will also take their slicer out of the picture. After that, we'll control security again, and can get to General Vaklu before he gets to the Queen. Talk to the Corporal. He can take you quickly to the palace entrance when you're ready to go to the South Hall. May the Force be with you.
We can leave immediately if you like. Let's hurry then. Back to the forces will take you to the throne room at any moment.
I'll do that.
Gather our forces. Make sure the defenses are set. Colonel Tobin says the Jedi is coming our way. Take your beasts and attack her. We need more time to prepare. I'm going to the control room. Perhaps the captain can be persuaded to cooperate.
Good mines. There we go. Okay. Just don't run into the mine.
This will teach
I
you.
need to. Okay, fine. I'll just have to walk around that mine. There is Korea. Please don't trigger the mine. I knew you were gonna trigger the mine. Okay.
Thanks for your help. Queen Talia is the rightful ruler of Onderon.
Yes, destroy the mine. Destroy the other one? Yep. I'm gonna destroy that one. Yay!
Let us end this.
3-on-1 is hardly even a fair fight.
I don't have time for your resistance, Captain Riken. We need the override code for the palace shields.
And I told you that I don't know. You scanned my ID, you know my post is the merchant quarter.
I'm sure that's what you'd like me to believe. I have been authorized to use any means at my... Blast. Defend the security room with your lives. The Jedi could ruin everything.
Does it sound good? Okay. Sure, I'll just go over here. Your surprise is you're exploding the droids, right? Very nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You again? Seems you made a habit out of cleaning up our messes. Don't suppose you can help a fellow out here. You ever been in one of these, you know they aren't too comfortable. You don't need to tell me about that. Thanks for coming. Baklu's troops aren't very good hosts. If you could get me out of here, I'd be doubly thankful. Should be pretty easy to do. The primary security console for the Royal Palace is just over there. It controls the force gauge. I think that Slicer is still logged in, so you should have full access to everything. If you could hurry, it's been a long day.
Salji listo park nocia, lusni hacha batishik jor. Kabotumpa botenia, dachi morotaca kamsa. Bawan maderancha, you kamos krun. Nande misoku kuran marenden krabanosot. Bram dabani sochu. Da come jus mak miki baranyeto so rica chondin. Wana magrable mogo. Kabadumpa, mo wendido chokeremi nortakunyun wishchawa kachuba. Sura dachi morotuko kansa. Yatuka uwanrika chodin wani maorata wakata chi lumanita. Jarika yayakta min sobachina ninga ballo cha jukso ni chortona. Kabadumpa mo wendido chokeremi nortakunyun wishchawa kachuba. Sura dachi morotuko kansa. Kabadumpa mo wendido chokeremi nortakunyun wishchawa kachuba. Sura dachi morotuko kansa. Yatuka uwanrika chodin wani maorata wakata chi lumalispa. Greno krozo kada no bon kipo, rubama wanichuk.
Thank you. Now that you've got me out, you need to get the primary security console's override code, then lock the terminal down. Once you've got that code, if you can get to the secondary security station, you'll control the entire palace's security systems. Your hat? You don't waste a minute. Captain Kadron will open the doors to Vaklu and Tobin any moment then. Let's head to the throne room right away.
Will you just die already? You will go no further than this. You're too late. Our pet beast is about to breach the force field to the throne room. The Queen will be dead in moments. Watch out! I've lost control of the beast! Ignore the beast. Into the throne room. The Queen must die.
Oh, blast it all!
Holy man, if that is the larva, I cannot imagine what the full size is. Wow! That was kind of cool.
Your time is at an end, Talia. Your people have abandoned you, and now your life is forfeit.
You would destroy everything just for your ambition, Baklu. The Republic, ISIS, everything.
That is a gross simplification, Talia. Change is a painful process. A price must be paid. But Onderon will have a new destiny, one larger than you could imagine.
You're getting careless, Baklu. One more mistake, and you're the one who will pay the price.
Damn you! Your skill with the blade won't save you from my men. Goodbye, Talia. Fire! What? The Jedi lives? But how? Kill her and the Queen Men, quickly. They must not be allowed to live. You've won this battle, Talia. But your reign won't be an easy one. The Republic is a sinking ship, and you're too attached to it.
He's too dangerous to leave alive. As distasteful as it is, it might be best to silence him forever. Until he's dead, all of Onderon is in peril.
So what will it be, Your Majesty? Send me to your best detention cell. I will be free within the week, and vengeance will be mine.
Are you so sure of my decision, Baklu? I appreciate the Jedi's counsel, but as monarch, I decree you are guilty of treason. The punishment is death, to be carried out immediately. Captain Cadron?
Talia, you can't. You're too weak. What about my trial?
Your whole life has been a trial, Baklu, but it's over now. You are right. We can't detain you. Too many people are still loyal to you. You've left me no real option.
Men, ready blasters. Aim!
But you can't. This can't be.
Fire!
What is done is done. I don't think the service you have given us can ever be repaid. I must go with Captain Cadron. The fighting must be stopped. I will be back shortly to try and repay you. The crisis is over thanks to you and Master Kavar. I believe he'd like to speak to you, if you'll excuse me.
Ah, the wound is not a mortal one, though it has been some time since I exercised my healing powers. There is a shred of life within you still, a gift from your master, and awaken, Colonel Tobin. Your part in this is not over. Colonel Tobin, I am with Vaklu. The war has gone against him. He sent me to rescue you, to tell you you must make haste off-planet. The Jedi have struck. They had a secret academy buried on Telos, and they are showing themselves at last. We are all in danger.
What? But the Jedi are gone. They have all but vanished.
So we all thought, but they have hidden themselves on Telos.
Out of my way, old woman. This war can still be won, and Onderon can be freed.
Indeed. This war is far from over.
The Force works in mysterious ways, it seems. There are times I'm not convinced it doesn't have a sense of humor. We spent all this time looking for you, and you came to us. I thought you might return to Onderon. Looks like just in time. I told the other masters that our only chance to figure out what was happening to us was to find you, and try to understand what happened to you. I don't know how much you know about this threat that's striking at the Jedi. It's attacking us through the Force. Varuk didn't believe me, but he was willing to travel to Dantooine, if only to help the settlers there, and perhaps protect what was left of the Jedi Enclave. Whatever the reason, having us all drop out of sight, I thought might make the enemy more bold. But then you happened. You came back, and you became a new target for whoever was attacking us. They were places touched by war, and we thought there was a chance you would return to these worlds, if only to try and make peace with what happened there during the war. But now the Sith have revealed themselves. That means the remaining Jedi will gather on Dantooine. From there, we can counterattack. Telos? But Telos was destroyed during the Jedi Civil War. I heard they're trying to rebuild. Atris? I thought Atris had gone to Kotor. Too many Jedi have scattered. The Council needs to gather. We cannot remain concealed any longer. We knew that someone was preying on us, hunting us. Finally, the Jedi decided to take action, and called a secret conclave on Kotor to decide what must be done. Before the meeting could even begin, all the Jedi on the planet were killed, along with the Miralukas and all other life on the planet. Their deaths could be felt throughout the galaxy. So the Council decided that we must not present ourselves as a target again. The consequences to others were just too great. That we should use our resources to find who was responsible and deal with them. I think you're the only one who's made progress. The difficulties you surmounted to get here. You must have many questions. You deserve answers. I know that all too well. I came here to find them, to trace them to their source. The war on Dxun and Onderon. I had thought that perhaps the tragedies that occurred here were concealing them. You had more success than I. General Vaklu's men and their allies effectively kept me pinned inside the palace. I felt all along that Vaklu had contacted the Sith, but the identity and purpose of the Sith, I can't say. The Jedi Order has been fighting the dark side since the beginning. Our rules and the Jedi Code provide protection from what's inside each of us. The dark side is always there, and it is something that can never truly be defeated. I feel our current troubles, though, are beyond what we faced before. This threat that is targeting us, drawing us out, it's not a battle we're used to, and it has ended many of us. They wanted to aid General Vaklu in breaking away from the Republic. If Onderon became independent, his place would be an excellent staging ground for them. But I fear it was more than that. That the consequences of Onderon's fall would have greater implications for the galaxy. You've had more success than I. I felt all along that Vaklu had... The Jedi Order has been... The dark side is all... This threat that is taught... Not enough. I feel it is something that was born from the wars that have struck the Republic. The threat is Sith, but the manner and timing of their attacks is difficult to defend against. We don't know all that the Sith planned during the Jedi Civil War, what secret training grounds may still remain, what worlds he discovered. We just don't know. Even after we deal with this current threat, I fear we may be dealing with the legacy of the Jedi Civil War for years to come. Whatever I can tell you, I will. It's a long story, but there's a reason the Jedi have scattered across the galaxy. We've come to worlds such as this one. Worlds touched by war or great tragedies can be felt within the Force, strongly. We thought that by traveling to such worlds, it would help conceal us from the eyes of the enemy, and they were places we thought we might find you. Whatever I can tell you, I will. Scattered, searching for you, going to places where they thought they might cross your path. You were our last hope. I think we all know that Vrook isn't easily swayed from his convictions, and his views on anyone who went to the Mandalorian Wars are low. Yes, at least that's what I asked them to do. I believe you are the key to this whole war. When you stood before us in the council chamber on Coruscant, we felt something from you we'd never felt before. It was as if the Force had died within you, leaving you hollow. We had suspicions as to why this was, but nothing definite. But rather than try to understand, we sent you away. I think because at some level there was fear. We live our whole lives in touch with the Force, in touch with life all around us. And you had a gift in that regard. You formed bonds so easily, and they flowed deep between you and others. To see such emptiness in the Force standing before you, it's not an easy thing to face. Whatever is attacking us, it is leaving something in its wake, something we haven't felt since you stood before us in judgment. The deaths of the Jedi, the destruction of Kotor, all of these things are leaving behind echoes, like the one we felt from you in the council chamber. It was clear to us, to me, that we had to find you, but we couldn't call you back from exile, because we didn't know where you'd gone. Plus, there was a chance we might put you in danger, and that we couldn't allow. If you couldn't feel the Force, then it would just make you a target. I don't know how you got back, but I'm glad you're here. The thing is, in traveling to these places where war was fought, we felt the same thing. Echoes. Something happened in all these places, but it's hard to figure out what. It's hard to sense things through the Force in such places. Too much pain occurred here. It makes listening to the Force difficult. We resolved to meet again on Dantooine, but only when the threat revealed itself. Unfortunately, I happened to be here when it struck. Now that we've stabilized Onderon, I can join the others on Dantooine. Whatever I can tell you, I will. There was nothing else we could do. You defied the Council. You followed Revan to war. I know why you did it, but in so doing, much more harm was done. But you must understand, the exile was never the punishment you thought it to be. We could not have made you do such a thing in any event. I think you knew, inside, what you needed to do in order to heal. All those lives during the Mandalorian Wars, and all those you served beside. Too much death leaves echoes in the Force. It is the price for having such connections. I suspect that is why you chose to accept the Council's judgment, to wander beyond the Rim, and why you traveled with no one, and did not stay in any place too long. I have thought of you since your trial, and there are times when I wonder if being connected to the Force is always the gift it is believed to be. Whatever I can tell you, I will. Cut you off from the Force? Why do you think the Council was responsible for that? No, I'm afraid the cause of your condition was as great a mystery to the Council as it is to you. Whatever I can tell you, I will. You always had deep connections to the Force. I'm glad to see that it is once again your ally. When I first sparred with you during your training as a Padawan, I could tell that you were different. And it wasn't just your strong connection to the Force. Whatever I can tell you, I will. So, you heard what we said. These questions I cannot answer. This is something the Council must answer, not I. You must understand, this is hard for me, especially after all you've done, but it is necessary. Did you know that when I was training you, I considered making you my Padawan? I didn't. The demands of the Jedi Council were too great, but I considered you a friend. I even tried to convince you to become a Jedi Guardian. We could have used someone like you. So the decision that had to be made was not easy, but I cannot say anything more. Whatever I can tell you, I will. That sounds like the bond that often forms between master and apprentice. But to that degree, you always did form connections to others, strong ones, even when you were a student. But what you are describing is beyond me. I'm sure others in the Jedi Council would be able to assist you, if you could find them. Whatever I can tell you, I will. There is something I would like to teach you. It is a technique which, I believe, will aid you in the trials ahead. The philosophy of Force Mastery states that a Jedi's powers are best used without the direct intent to harm another. Here is a form that will aid in that philosophy. Through careful concentration, the duration of many of your Force powers will be enhanced. But be cautious when you face Dark Jedi. This form drains energy quickly and decreases resistance to Force powers. Excellent. I'm impressed with how quickly you've mastered this form. I always knew you were gifted. I'm going to Dantooine. The Jedi Council vowed to assemble again when the Sith revealed themselves. Now that they've attacked Onderon, we can act. Our paths will cross again. May the Force be with you.
I'm sorry to keep you here. I needed to thank you personally for all of your help. Onderon owes both you and Master Kavar a debt that can never truly be repaid. Battles still wage in our streets, but by morning the conflict should be over. I recognize you must leave soon, but please, take this. I had also planned on giving you some relics from Onderon's past, but Vaklu's troops looted our museum. I hope the credits and my sincere thanks are enough. Captain Bostuka has made arrangements for a shuttle to take you to your ship. I fear it will be quite some time before you can come back. The war was brief but destructive. I will focus all of my energy on rebuilding Isis. Thank you again. I must go.
If you will follow me, I will take you to your shuttle.
I sense the conflict on Onderon even from this dense jungle. Did everything go as you planned? Onderon will stop bleeding for a time, but wounded things rarely stay mended for long.
We should return to the Ebon Hawk now. and plot our next course of action. We must go to Dantooine, to the Enclave. There is something there that you must hear if you are to understand. I have no time for questions, and any answers will have to wait until we stand within the Enclave together. Why are you here?
Because I told her everything.
Ah, and now you are free.
Yeah, so no more threats, no more of your requests. You and me, we're done.
Did you ever think I truly held you? You're more of a fool than I thought. What truly held you was you, and let me show you why. I once held the galaxy by the throat, as you once held her by the throat and let her die slowly. And your emotion at that point is what you fear. I wielded power like you cannot imagine. Everything I saw was awash with possibilities, spreading outwards, touching everything else. I saw all of that, all that the Force is. And only when it was ripped from me did I truly see it. And I know what lies buried within you, that you hide with your desperate thoughts, your guilt, your lusts. I can unlock that part of you any time I wish. It is a simple thing, the human mind. Once it feels something strongly, it becomes etched in the memory, the subconscious. Shall I show you? That part of you that hungered to kill Jedi, that took pleasure from it? Or perhaps you will continue to listen to my counsel, and I shall ignore your pathetic attempts at freedom. Now leave me, murderer. I have nothing further to say to one such as you.
Yeah, what do you want? Being Mandalore is the greatest honor for our people. Mandalore's helmet is passed from one leader to the next. When Revan executed Mandalore before our eyes, she cast Mandalore's helmet away, denied it to us. She took Mandalore's helmet and left with it. If she hadn't done that, a new Mandalore would have been chosen that day, but without leadership and direction. The clan scattered, fell apart. During the Jedi Civil War, I met and traveled with Revan. I was there when she defeated Darth Malak, and traveled with her afterwards. Eventually, she told me where she had taken the helmet. She set me upon this path. We can talk about Revan and other things later if you like. You know enough for now. Now, is there something else you needed?
Okay, so first we need to go back to Narsha. Subquest. point, it doesn't really matter anything, I think. I'll bring 2 of those things.
What's going on?
Nishasa achuto gonkura, awinti malare. Nakaprota gocha, jarkomati sochpan gocha, yotachi sabalinish. Koparodunga ninsuyo shoka, mushka metorondi, jubani mesin, ratzakman prata. Uba volpa holosha, chuba dosa jilicha, prota short natinoma. Nishasa achuto gonkura, awinti malare.
And that's it. Alright. That should be the last of my... That's the last of my quests. Back to the ship.